Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I am Yolanda Harper, co-founder of Harper Therapy, and today Jennifer Schaap and I have a really important conversation to have about teens and bullying.
Yeah.
We just spent a long time kind of talking through this because it's such a big topic. It's so important.
Yeah, we are kind of talking about like what are the most important aspects to talk about of bullying because it's such a complex
It is.
topic.
It's so complex. We were just kind of like, well, this leads to this, and so this is our introductory conversation about bullying, and we might even pick up from this and have further conversations down the road. But you have some thoughts for us about, as parents, for how to help our teens if they are in a situation where they're being bullied.
Yeah, so I kind of just want to talk about, start off talking about different types of bullying that can happen. What's different about Gen Z is that bullying is a lot of times happening online now.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of talking about, I think that's like a different aspect compared to millennials or the in-between generation.
Right.
That bullying really, there's all different forms. There's bullying that can happen on Snapchat where literally the message will disappear. Instagram, texting, and then just in person. When I work with teens, I hear a lot about just bullying, like in the classroom or in the hallways.
Yeah.
So
you were saying it kind of sometimes even starts in school.
Yes.
And then transitions and carries out of school into
on like
technology.
Yes.
Whatever the technology is.
Yeah. So the bullying actually doesn't actually stop when they leave the classroom.
Right. Because back in my day, right, the bullying, if someone were being bullied, then a lot of times it would happen on school property, and then once you went home, you at least got a little bit of a reprieve. But
yes,
our teens are always with their electronic devices.
They're connected to them. Yeah. So I also just wanted to kind of talk about like signs that maybe that your teen is being bullied. If like they're not coming to you and talking about it right away, you may notice them being more withdrawn, sad, anxious. Maybe their schoolwork is like being impacted. And irritable. Yeah. And maybe also they don't want to go to school as much.
Sure.
There could be avoidance. I know this is very confusing because all those symptoms I just listed sound like a teenager.
It's pretty much teenage, right?
It's like,
yeah.
But like those, like if you notice those being accentuated, it might be like your teen may be being bullied or something that you could talk about them with.
And as professionals, that's kind of what we look for. We look for significant shifts in those common denominators, right? So if your teen is especially moody or irritable or down, depressed, or isolating.
Yes. Yeah, the major shift in their behavior.
Yeah.
So you as a parent, how you can support them, I would say one of the first steps is kind of acknowledging your own feelings maybe about like the bullying. So I know it's hard. A big one.
Yeah.
Especially if you as a parent were bullied before.
Right.
So because by acknowledging maybe how you feel about it, it's going to help you monitor how you respond to your teen.
Right. You want to be responsive, not reactive as a parent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you want to be that safe person that your teen can come to when they are experiencing something like this. Because if you have a big reaction, it's going to scare them.
Right.
Because they're going to be like, oh, I shouldn't have mentioned this to my parent.
Right. So, now my parent's freaking out.
Yeah. And then they're going to withdraw more. So also not to like go and say what they should have done, because that might be coming from your own response of like, oh, like my kid's being bullied, I need to protect them. Like you should have done this to the bully, and you should have done that, and you should have said this, and why are you doing this? And that can again make them
I think, and we were just chatting about that part too, because as parents, we are recognizing in the news and in our society these bigger responses than ever before when we hear about stories about teens being bullied and how that can lead to big, serious things like suicidality and stuff. And so our brain can sometimes just jump to that and result in a panic.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So I do want to normalize that. It is hard not to do.
Right.
And like being gentle with yourself, if that is like the reaction that you are leaning towards.
Yeah.
But
and that's why you're saying create a little space, recognize your own response.
Yes.
Before you become reactive.
Yeah. So like what I'd want encourage parents to do is be able to be that like empathetic person for their kid. Be present, let them know, like normalize their experience, let them know like, you know, that really does sound really hard.
Yeah.
Or that sounded like that was a really hard day.
Yeah.
I could understand like it doesn't feel good.
And a key component to empathy is to kind of connect with the emotional state without judgment. I mean, I think that's the primary component, like without judgment, and that can be really hard.
Yeah, it can definitely be very hard, especially when it's your own child.
Right. Yeah.
You go into Mother Bear and want to protect them.
Yeah.
But the best thing you can do is be that safe person for them, to sit with them, normalize their experience.
Yeah.
Help them recognize like the positives they hold about themselves.
Yeah.
In order, so like when like maybe the bullying does happen, they kind of have that protection of being like, no, like these are some positives I really hold about myself.
They have a reserve of the truth of their strengths.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, and we were talking before we came on live too, how important it is to share with our teens that oftentimes bullying is more about the bully, like the bully's reactions and the way of behaving. So say a little bit more about that and what is important to share with our teens about, kind of the bully's perspective, so to speak.
So bullies a lot of times will bully because they're feeling insecure themselves. I've never met a bully that is confident within themselves. So bullying is a way to kind of one up yourself and make yourself feel better. And so what I would encourage and what I tell teens all the time in counseling is that their behavior doesn't have to do with you not being good enough or there being something wrong with you.
Right.
They are searching for a reaction from you. So one of the best things your teen can do is letting them know, like, you can set that boundary and be like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, or I'm done with this conversation. Walking away, blocking for social media, kind of making sure that they're not giving the bully that heightened response that they're looking for, and also helping them realize that like this doesn't have to do with them being like something wrong with them. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But and it's understandable that our teens take all of that and internalize it. So continually reminding them that that's not the case. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And even supporting them and going together to the administration of the school if that is where bullying is happening. Right.
Yeah. Giving them that power, empowering them, helping them feel a little bit more in control of the situation, and saying like, I want to encourage you to go talk to your administration. If like they want your support, you can go and do that.
Yeah, and typically they likely will want you to help support them in that, because that's a big step.
Yes.
Yeah, and then helping to model those boundaries for your teen and kind of being proactive and asking what the bullying policy is for the school and what the plan of action is to protect your teen.
Yeah, exactly. Helping them advocate for themselves and letting them know that like they can speak up for themselves. They can take some action against this.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else that we've missed talking about in our initial conversation about bullying in teens?
I don't think so. I think we hit a lot of the points. I think the main aspect as a parent is to make sure that you're there for your teen. Being a safe person that they can talk to. Letting them know that their feelings are valid. Letting them know that this is hard and that you will be there to support them and listen, and that even when times they don't feel like talking, that you are there for them.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest challenges in parenting teens is kind of returning again and again to this space of like calm, responsive, reaction instead of being reactive. So we at Harper Therapy can help you as a parent, and we can help your teen, we can help your family through these bullying experiences. Jen is one of our experts in working with teens and their parents to help through bullying situations. So give our office a call at 813-434-3639. You can schedule a free consultation to see how we can help. And thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.